Riding giant mechs and going into battle against equally lethal mechanized foes is perhaps one of the most blood-pumping activities ever, and the video game industry has its fair share of titles where you can make a name for yourself on the battlefield dressed up in a superpowered exoskeleton suit. In what follows, you will be seeing an exquisite selection of 10 video games that let you feel the thrill of combat when playing as a giant mech. The mech game genre received a well-deserved revival in 2014 when Titanfall was first released, but it was only with the second installment of this series that we can say that things really started to take off in a major way. This gaming title doesn't just give you the chance to roam the fields and fight all dressed up in a massive mechanized outfit, but it also plays extremely well as a shooter, being one of the most complete games of this type on the market. This free-to-play shooting game might not have a single-player option, but this aspect is definitely not a drawback. Its action-infused gameplay and killer mechs making it more than an enjoyable multiplayer experience. MechWarrior Online inherited the legacy of the classical MechWarrior 2 and 4 titles, and we're happy to announce that it did manage to enhance it in some of the most innovative and entertaining ways imaginable. A real-time strategy game with mechs can be a real blast if created in the right way, and the good thing is that MECHCOMMANDER manages to really take this idea and make it a great reality through its competitive and meticulous gameplay where players are able to control over 12 mechs at the same time in an attempt to overpower their enemies. Even though MECHCOMMANDER is a pretty old game, we can't deny that it is still fun to play today. Not exactly what we would expect from a developer like Double Fine in terms of video games, Iron Brigade is an almost tower defense gaming title where you get to inhabit a killer mech and take out horde after horde of aliens. With a World War I vibe and a Camp B movie atmosphere about it, this video game is definitely something different. Its unique gameplay style and friendly graphic design making it a title that easily stands out from the crowd. Even though it might seem like it could be a spiritual successor to a game such as XCOM, BattleTech is in fact a game of its own nature, having a very in-depth gameplay with a lot of beautiful intricacies and a myriad of missions to complete. With a rich storyline and a varied environment, this game takes the play as a mech idea to a whole new level, giving its players countless hours of high-quality action nicely wrapped into a substantial storyline. SHOGO is 20 years young and it still has the same playful thrill about it, being an FPS mech title that doesn't take itself too seriously, the visual style and original score reminding us very much of the classical anime titles. The fact that you can jump off buildings and chase your enemies all over the city makes SHOGO a very entertaining game, the sheer pleasure of riding a mechanized suit and shooting at will being an unequaled sensation. A simple game with an equally simple premise, HAWKEN wants nothing more than to offer the ultimate mech fighting experience. Being a free-to-play multiplayer first-person shooter and having its players stomp on each other's feet in massive battles where only the best will survive. With adrenaline-infused gameplay and numerous chances to go on devastating rampages, HAWKEN offers a sheer taste of mech war in every one of its frames. A high-speed mech action game set in a post-apocalyptic world, Project Nimbus is a good-looking gaming title where players control the so-called battle frames. These are essentially humanoid suits equipped with powerful weapons. Presented as a mech game that lets you dive freely in the sky, Project Nimbus has really great potential, its gameplay being full of savor and keeping players engaged at all times. After being knocked out during your first day as a soldier, you wake up equipped with a heavy-grade exoskeleton and have to learn how to use it while also struggling to fend off enemies that are eager to take off your head. The Surge is a mech-based game where you will definitely have a good time smashing things and hunting down enemies, the entire gameplay of this futuristic title keeping you constantly pumped up and on the run. If you thought that mech games were already as cool as they are, imagine how mind-blown you would be when you find out that this game takes place in space. Strike Suit Zero is the exact definition of awesomeness, being a shooter where you take control of a revolutionary fighter craft that also has the ability to transform into a lethal suit of space armor, with the sole goal of roaming the galaxies and putting baddies to rest with your amazing fighting skills. And that was our list featuring 10 games that let you play as giant mechs. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below because it does help us immensely, and why not leave a comment while you're at it. You can also check out GameBite.com for even more from the world of gaming, but until next time, thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.